Welcome back to Pop Culture Explosion. This is Mike, and I'm here with Paul.
Here at Pop Culture Explosion, we get our geek on, we say, may the force be with you, and we talk about Star Wars. You go to our Facebook page, and you'll be like, oh yeah, these guys are total Star Wars geeks. Mike, what are we talking about today?
Today, we are going to come back, and after a while, it's been a little break, but Kenobi brought us back.
Kenobi and the Fourth, and the big guy in the black suit brought us back to Pop Culture Explosion. I am
So
your
we're kind of here to talk about what was good, what was bad, and what was ugly.
about
Paul,
the Kenobi
what-
series.
Yes. And so, Paul, what do you think about what was good about this?
Darth Vader. I've been critical over Disney Star Wars since The Force Awakens, but there is one thing. If there was only one thing they did right, is Darth Vader. I've never been afraid of Darth Vader up until this season. I mean, the hallway scene in Rogue One blew me away. I think I passed out in the theaters. This was a continual. Every time he was on screen, he stole the scene.
Yes. No, he was. You're right about being afraid. Like I actually was afraid. Like wow, I could feel that fear in that scene.
Yeah,
What a formidable
He
character.
broke a kid's neck. He killed a kid in the street
Yeah.
for no reason, just to kill him.
Well, yeah. I'm surprised there wasn't some like big, backlash about it.
Well, there was a content warning at the beginning of the episode. I'm like, come on, Disney, whatever. So no, Darth Vader was amazing. I wasn't a fan of the choice they made with Kenobi at the beginning, but they gave him a really good arc, and I really liked that. Kenobi ended really strong. And I will admit, I was tearing up at the final episode. The last 10 to 15 minutes of the final episode, I was tearing up. Between his reaction with Darth Vader, his conversation with Leia, and then, of course, when he ends it, when he saw Luke, he goes, hello there. That last 15 minutes made the entire season for me.
Yeah, I think you hit on probably all the good points. I like that they subverted my expectations they went with Leia, and she was in the entire show basically.
That was a
And
surprise.
Almost that was surprising. It was a welcome surprise. But I think you hit on most of the good points there.
Yeah, let's talk about the bad. I thought the pacing was really off on this series. And I think that the Mission Impossible rescue episode, we only had 6 episodes, guys. Come on. That was a complete and total filler of an episode, in my humble opinion.
For me, I think with pacing, it's hard to gauge that because I watched it once a week and it was like 11 o'clock at night. So I think I'd have to watch it in its entirety or over maybe 2 days to really get that. But like you mentioned before, it's a little bit slow arc, a little bit of slow of a build up, but it was kind of like a movie.
We're diving into ugly territory. Anything ugly for you for this series, Mike?
No, I enjoyed this series. I really did from start to finish. I don't think I have a bad thing to say about it, really.
And I think I just shared mine. I thought the writing was kind of weak. There's nothing ugly about this series, in my humble opinion. Now, we touched base on Kenobi a little bit. We touched base on Luke Skywalker. Any other characters of note you want to talk about?
Well, the main ones would be, Reva. I think I really did not like her at first, but you're not supposed to like her, But I really enjoyed the arc that they gave her. They gave her a lot of emotional weight and made her sympathetic. And
At
so
the
I
end,
thought that was done well.
Yeah. The fight between her and Darth Vader, holy crap! Oh my god, my jaw still hurts from it hitting the floor so hard. I agree with you. I
Yeah.
didn't care much for that character. I'm in several Star Wars groups, and I just thought that there was a lot of white knighting for that character, which I didn't understand. She was not supposed to be liked. I did like the arc. The only plot hole in the show that I didn't like was the fact that she saw one voicemail from Senator Organa, and she knew exactly where Luke Skywalker was. She was stabbed in the gut, and she had no problem chasing him around. And I thought that whole scene was just kind of stupid, in my humble opinion. Anything else, Mike, you want to talk about before we wrap this video?
Well, just a couple of characters of note. These underlying characters like Roken and Tala and Haja, I think that those were really great supporting characters. And who knows, maybe Roken in the path will lead to the creation of the rebellion, and hopefully we'll see some of these characters in the future. Because I really did like Kamali Nanjiani's character Haja, and what they did with him, and Obi-Wan's ability to kind of see, like he did with Han Solo, kind of see past their exterior and see their heart, that, hey, this guy could be, of help in the future. So I think that they had some really good supporting characters in this. They were interesting.
Yeah, and I want to go back to Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen. I didn't care much for them in A New Hope, and when they died, I didn't care, But in this, I saw that they were tough on Luke, but you can tell that they loved him as their own son.
And they were badass.
Well,
they were fighting a Dark Jedi.
Yes, they were. Hey, let's talk about the Grand Inquisitor for a moment. What did you? When
Love it.
When they did that fake death of his, I'm like, man, he's the most interesting of all of the Inquisitors. You killed him, and then at the very end, I'm like, what a bastard! I mean, he was me. Riva's technically dying, and he's like, we're sending you back to where you belong, in the streets. I'm like, dude, that's cold. That's cold.
He kind of reminds me of Hellraiser.
Well, and there was that one moment where Darth Vader, it was like, where do you go? Do you go to chase down the rebellion or chase down Kenobi? And the Inquisitor's going, Lord Vader, we can end this now, And he's telling truth to power. Only I can count on 3 fingers who've done that to Darth Vader. Grand Tarkin, the Emperor, and now the Grand Inquisitor actually stood up to him and say, this might not be a good idea. And Darth Vader's like, nope, Kenobi. Okay, we're doing it. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's, for Vader, that's bigger than everything else,
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, no, the Grand Inquisitor, great character. Loved him. Reminds me of Hellraiser. I was pissed that they killed him in the first what was it, the first episode or second or whatever it was?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It was at the beginning.
Well, what is this ability where they can take a shot to the gut with a lightsaber and they're just kind of cool after that?
I'm sure Qui-Gon Jinn, his Force Ghost, is going, how come all those guys survived sabers in the gut? That killed me. What the hell? And then they invented Force healing. Damn it, I got gypped, George Lucas.
That was cool that they added him at the very, very end.
That was
but
very
you know what it
touching.
looks like to me is it looks like they just took a clip out of Phantom Menace and then had him do a voiceover. That's my guess, but
they could have done that. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave Liam Neeson a big fat check for $250,000 and they just show up on set for one day, would you please?
Yeah.
So let's wrap up this conversation, Mike. Do you want a sequel? Do you want a second season?
Of course, I want more. Obi-Wan and
Spoken
Darth
like a
Vader.
true Disney customer.
Are you kidding me? Hey, I was a fan of this shit before Disney, so that doesn't count. If Kathleen Kennedy wants to oblige me, that's fine. I'm still not a big fan.
Are you actually singing Kathleen Kennedy's praises right now?
No, I said if she wants to give me some more, I'll take it.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll get more Darth Vader and Endor. So I didn't think the story needed to be made. I was not disappointed with it. I actually enjoyed a lot of it. So they gave us a second season. Yeah, I'm here for it. I'll watch it. I'll consume it. I'll consume it like a good little Disney customer.
Yep.
So,
you bet we will.
So with that being said, Mike.
Peace out.